Hello, and thank you for listening to our presentation. Team Amazon, Geraldine, Tia, Shante, Ella, and Crystal.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. This is our pitch for Behind the Album, an Amazon original podcast. Behind the Album is an Amazon original podcast occurring every New Music Friday that delves deeper into the platform's newest releases by inviting the artists to speak in depth about the making of and inspirations behind their albums. The Amazon Music exclusive sets the platform apart from its competitors and delights fans who want to get to know their favorite artists on a more personal level as well as discover new ones.
Organization challenge. What are we trying to solve with our idea? We're trying to create something that has never been created before with Amazon Music and Podcasts called Behind the Scene. After careful research and studies and focus groups, we realized the assets and the liability costs. It will bring us a profit and the audience will love it. We have now introduced to you all the Behind the Scene album.
We propose that Amazon Music create an original podcast that will accompany new music releases on its platform, titled Behind the Album. Artists will be invited to speak with an interviewer about the album's making. Behind the Album will be a chance for artists to talk about their inspirations, meanings behind different lyrics and sounds, any hurdles they had to overcome in the album's making, and how they chose each track and anything else about the album that they want to share. The podcast would occur weekly on New Music Friday and accompany various releases from lesser known artists to the most prominent artists out there. The podcast would also allow fans to delve deeper into music by their favorite artists or discover new music by artists they might have not otherwise found. The content would be exclusive to Amazon Music, driving fans who are interested in this type of content to subscribe to the service. According to Neil Schaefer, music was the most popular podcast category in 2019. They wrote, in fact, 61.1 million American households listen to music podcasts on a regular basis. This statistic reinforces our confidence that this new podcast will engage existing Amazon Music users and drive new subscribers to the platform. Our target audience includes both men and women ages 18 to 29. They live in the United States, where podcast listenership is expected to increase significantly in 2022. Members of our audience earn an average of $35,000 each year. They are interested in music, arts, and entertainment. They appreciate creativity and want to get to know their favorite artists on a more personal level. Our audience also likes discovering new music from a wide variety of genres. Meet Charlotte. Charlotte is 24 years old and lives in Nashville, Tennessee. She holds a bachelor's degree in marketing from Belmont University, and she earns $32,000 annually working full time as a venue marketing coordinator. Charlotte loves art, music, and entertainment. She loves having nights out with her friends, enjoys travel, and does photography in her spare time. She's a fangirl at heart and often reads and watches interviews by her favorite musicians. Charlotte hopes to someday own and run her own live music venue in Nashville. She also dreams of photographing her favorite artists. She is an Amazon Prime member who has considered switching from Spotify to Amazon Music in order to save money, but in the past she hasn't been able to identify anything that distinguishes Amazon Music from Spotify.
Amazon's Behind the Album promotion strategy will be advertised through paid promotions. This form of promotion strategy is typically broken down into two sections: traditional and online advertisement. Behind the Album will take advantage of both avenues. We intend to advertise through channels like social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, digital billboards, through product placement via bus advertisements, radio, TV, concert flyers, through interviews, and online search ads.
Legal expenses. During my research, I have come to find out that an entertainment lawyer and a corporate lawyer can cost $700 per an hour. Patent, copyright infringements, and intellectual properties can vary from state to state, starting as low as $50. Contracts can start anywhere from $100 and above, and a contract is something you need on everyone you deal with, whether it's your co-host, your best friend, your mother, your father, whomever. General liability insurance, again, varies from state to state, but it gives you $1 million coverage, and it can start at $300 a month.
Podcast advertising is an excellent way to market and promote for any business, artist, band, etc. Being that Amazon is already taking the advantage of making revenue of every possible industry, why not add on the service of podcast advertising? Most of our podcast competitors, such as Song Exploder, Songs Considered, and Rolling Stone Music Now, are at an average of running 2 ads within an episode on a CPM model. So it's reasonable for Amazon to stay within the range of 1 to 2 ads as well. The CPM model I mentioned above is the basic model used for pricing, meaning that our customers pay a base fee of every 1,000 listeners. So the more listeners, the more money Amazon makes from that client. As with any new service add-ons, there will be startup costs to have the service functioning properly. Things included but not limited to marketing, advertisement, staffing needs, legal service, rental space, and things of that nature will be things to have in mind when executing the launch of the new services. Let's break it down a bit so you can have a clear vision of what to expect. The 2 charts we have here is a breakdown of all cost-related expenses for starting the service. During the first year will be where you will accumulate the most fees, considering this is where your startup fees come in. Things such as buying equipment for the daily operations to occur, like your computers, studio equipment, and then you have things like furniture, traditional advertisement, and interviews, which will be a rough estimate of about $31,576 only in the first year. But there will also be other fees to go along with that in the first year, such as hiring employees, marketing and online advertising, rental space and utilities, software, legal professionals and licensing fees, and insurance coverage, which brings you to an estimated total of $1 million for the first year. After the first year, your expenses will decrease. Looking at the chart, if Amazon is running 104 ads yearly, which includes 1 episode with 2 ads, gives a revenue of $2,600,000 for the year. Depending on the increase in listeners at a 15% rate in the following years, the unit price will be increased greatly, with an increase of $390,000 from year 1 to year 2, and an increase of about $538,000 from year 2 to year 3. So it's reasonable for Amazon to stay within the range of 1 to 2 ads as well. The CPM model I mentioned above is the basic model used for pricing, meaning that our customers pay a fee based off every 1,000 listeners. So the more listeners, the more money Amazon makes from the client. Looking at the chart, if Amazon is running 104 ads yearly, which includes 1 episode with 2 ads, gives a revenue of $2,600,000 for the year. Depending on the increase in listeners at a 15% rate in the following years, the unit price will be increased greatly, with an increase of $390,000 from year 1 to year 2, and an increase of $538,000 from year 2 to year 3.
Behind the album's timeline and evaluations. Pre-launch, we are looking for hiring and recruiting staff, secure advertisement placings, furniture and audio setup and testing, and confirmation of all appointments and future interviews. Year 1, our milestones include behind the album launch and a fully operational staff. Goals include successfully operating for an entire year and at least $100,000 plus in revenue sales. Our evaluation tool for this would be the end of the year financial statements. For years 2 and 3, our milestones are our 3rd year anniversary and 1 million subscribers by year 2. Our goals for these years are consistent exclusive content and 100 million plus subscribers by the end of year 3. Our evaluation tools would be subscriber reviews and current subscriptions.